SHARE is the kind of primary location where we would like victims and survivors of any form of power-based personal violence to go. This is a very safe space. That's what we try to have it be for the students that are out there. We want students to come here so they can be able to find out all about the different options that are available to them if they experience one form or another, as either a victim or survivor, as a co-survivor, or even as a first responder to any one of these forms of power-based personal violence. Both individual advocacy and system advocacy are really the intervention aspects of my job, but then I also oversee the SHARE Peer program, which is really a primary prevention initiative.
So for me, it was, before I came to college, I never really thought about these issues. It was kind of, I thought it was something that just like happened to people I didn't know, and kind of like a distant issue that would never really affect me. But then my freshman year of college, I have friends from home in other schools that had like SHARE-related issues happen to them, and also friends here in school, and the fact that they didn't recognize, like, I guess, the gravity of the situation, and also just the fact that it did happen to people I was knowing just made me realize how important it is, so I really wanted to get involved in the work itself. I've had friends, like, in certain conversations if a certain issue come up, like, they'll come ask me about how that would be dealt with or whatnot, or just anything kind of related. Like, I feel like friends will now see me kind of as a resource, which, like, I'm happy to do that. It's actually a great position to have.
I met with Jackie Deach-Stackhouse, who is the director of SHARE. She wanted to change the direction and the message of Sex on a Saturday Night, which is the old show. Jackie had this idea for a new format, which was to have 3 separate stories being told, each centering on a different form of power-based personal violence. When it was appropriate, we would inject kind of the best comedic moments from Sex on a Saturday Night into The Way You Move, where it would fit. There's this like threatening uncertainty in Sex on a Saturday Night of the rape at the end, and we wanted, like, whether it was rape, whether it was like it was maybe consent, and we wanted to clear that up because that's not the message we wanted to send. We wanted to make it clear to the freshmen that alcohol was used, that sexual assault did happen, and that wasn't really the question. It was, what could the friends done differently to prevent it from happening. So the show ends with 2 friends discussing the night before. It's neither Natalie or Max who were the victim and perpetrator in the sexual assault, but it's 2 of Natalie's friends talking about, we should have been there, we should have stopped it. And I think that kind of looming, what could we have done, hit home, so that was good.
So David Lisak is a PhD. He just recently retired from University of Massachusetts, and he has done extensive research on undetected rapists, as he calls it. So these are people that have perpetrated acts of sexual violence but have not been arrested. And the undetected rapist profile, if you will, looks a little bit different than those who may end up in prisons. These are people who, the undetected rapists tend to be people who have, they're very familiar to the person that they've targeted and then assaulted later on, and so the way that they function just is a little bit different, and the fact that it's very, based on his research, it is evident that we have on every college campus individuals that fit this profile.
First and foremost, we're spreading awareness about these issues, that the fact that SHARE-related issues happen on this campus, not just on some other campus, they happen at Princeton.
Once we start educating the community more about bystander intervention, hopefully we will have more students in the community stepping in to help their friends and just watching out for each other, because that is a big part of what Christina mentioned, that we do talk about issues in our meetings. We also talk about how we can step in and kind of prevent the issue from going in the wrong direction, or, you know, just stop it from getting worse.